Shabbat Shalom to everyone. I'm going to get into some information today that I guess I would say it was revealed to me based on me resting, and I would say it was like a vision because I was partially asleep at the same time. Uh, I remember me in this vision making a video as I'm doing now, but it was at the same time there was a part of that vision where I was talking to some people, which was our people, the Hebrews. And I was saying to them, we are the true superheroes. All right. We are the true superheroes based on attributes. All right. I'm going to use the term heroes so people can relate to it. But when you do the research on the word hero, it links to the word Herod. But I'm going to use hero so you can understand that the depiction of so-called Superman, Neo in Matrix, the Hulk, all these different superheroes, Thor, even Thor himself looked like one of the Hebrews during war. The Spartans war, uh, which um, the GOCC have found out that the Spartans are the actual tribe of Dan that fell. They wear capes. Um, Cape is really a war garment. Our people on the streets, when you go into Philadelphia, New York, some other parts of the cities, some of our people wear the Pharisees and the scribe type garments. They're on point when it comes down to the garments. Some of them have the shields wrapped on their arms, and they have capes because they know that's how our foreparents used to dress during war. What the other nations have done during this, uh, based on like Superman and all that, that's where the cape come from. Okay. Uh, and what I'm gonna do today is I'm going to show. Hopefully, this computer holds up. Uh, I'm going to show the attributes of our people. Like, let's say Michael Jordan, right? I'm gonna show a picture of Michael Jordan real quick. Give me a minute. I'm gonna show a picture of Michael Jordan. Okay. Give me a minute. The reason why I want to show this so we can get an idea of who we are. Let me see if this thing work right. Give me a minute. Now, this is Michael Jordan. I'm doing this. I'm gonna show you something in a few minutes. Now you see how this guy's jumping, right? And I'm going somewhere with this, so just bear with me. You notice how high he is off the ground, right? This guy's about he's elevating he's elevating at least 4 feet off the ground. And you see how he's suspended in the air. And you see how he's approaching the way he's approaching the basket with this dunk. His left hand, the way it's positioned, and his right hand, the way it's positioned. And you see his feet. He's suspended in the air, right? All right. Let me show you another image. Like I said, hopefully this thing work, like it got some sense, because I want this information to go out. All right, let me see if I can put up some more images. Let's say Enoch. I'm about to type in Enoch here, the best I can do because the camera's in my way. Uh, Enoch translated, right? And we know that Enoch was translated to the heavens. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to images, and let's see. Even though they whitewashed the image, but let's just look behind. Let's just look past the junk, and let's see what's really being publicized. Now, as you see here, this is Enoch. Doesn't this, what position? He has his hand in the back, elevated, suspended in air, and his actual left hand is towards the heavens. And if you see here, he has a gold tee, but it's not really coming up. And we know if you really, they whitewash it. It's supposed to be a black guy, okay? This is, don't try that with us. We already know what the Europeans be doing, okay? They're supposed to be a person of color. We already know that. Now this is an ancient picture, even though it's superimposed and it's been edited or whatever, but man can't do something he haven't seen before. So what they've done is they got these images from ancient hieroglyphics or ancient things that was drawn on stone or what have you, and just superimposed. Okay. Now I'm gonna go into some more images on Enoch. See that? That's not that's a cloud at the bottom, because sometimes it may that's a cloud. So he's really suspended in the air. You gotta look at his back feet, you can tell. So he's really like kind of like in the clouds, okay? And you know, the sun is above his head, which represents the spirit of the Most High, which is really just a brightness, not really the sun. So there you have it, just suspended in the air, just like we seen Michael Jordan's picture. Right hand up, left hand back, same flying motion. Okay, you got to know who you are, because they know who you are. So what they do, they can trick you. This is real time. This is us now. The pictures I've shown just a while ago is us in ancient times. Okay. All right. Now I wanted to show that so you'll know that they are mimicking you, Hebrews. They're mimicking you. The garments that we wear, it's never changed. When you are a people of law and honor, the other nations know that. Let me show you some more information. We're going to go to Second Samuel chapter 22, verse 30. 2 Samuel chapter 22, verse 30. Now, this is the words of David. And it says, "For by thee I have run through a troop." This is when David was at war. Things was happening, so he had to flee. "By my God have I leaped over a wall. As for God, His way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all them that trust in him. So the spirit of the Most High is in us, but he need, in, as I said in another video, that your ways have to be perfect. We notice in verse 30, it says, for by thee I have run through a troop. For through the Most High's powers, he run through a troop. He ran through them. Boom. What did they show in the Matrix when Neo was fighting all those agents? Knocking them down, busting them all up, able to fly away from it. He was being, overwhelmed by a bunch of troops. In the middle of verse 30, it says, by my God have I leaped over a wall. Now you would say, nah, man, it's talking about, this is parable, it's spiritual. Well, it is spiritual first, but this man did that physically to become spiritual. As you notice when they showed Neo, I love how they do it. When they showed Neo, he did his hand before he flew, he did like this. And he did like this. That represents prayer. He got that energy, and then the whole ground waved out. They know, man. They know. That's why when he did that, he was like, and you hear this, and he flew up because he got that energy from the Most High. They put it in the movies, man. They put it in movies. They know who you are. Let's go to Psalms chapter 18, verse 29. Psalms 18:29 says, for by thee I have run through a troop. He's saying it again. And by my God have I leaped over a wall. This man leaped over a wall. Let me tell you how I know. If you go to Jasher chapter, the book of Jasher, around the 34th, 35th, 36th chapters, it goes into detail on how Judah was able to beat the streets down. That's where they get Hawk from. Hawk, smash, boom, he's breaking the street. They are mimicking your powers, Hebrew people. Know that, believe it. They know who you are in the earth, and I gotta push that. All right, I don't have a choice. I'm supposed to wake up the tribes of Jacob so they know. And if these tribes wake up, they don't have a chance. They didn't. Let me tell you, the other nations. Let me tell you, the Canaanites. They didn't even have a chance with 3 brothers. 3. Okay, even it was just 2 of them first, Simeon and Levi. They didn't even have a chance with them. They didn't even have a chance with the Dominicans and the Haitians, because Simeon and Levi are brethren. Simeon is out of Dominicans, Levi are the Haitians. They didn't have a chance with them. They showed you that in matter of fact, the Haitians was able to take down a slave boat, and they turned it back. They took the spoils. Come on, man. So they was like, well, we're just gonna put these Haitians in the island somewhere. We can't deal with these people. They're too strong. Judah is docile now. Judah is the one that you can just be like, tell them anything, because Judah has been spoiled. What I mean is, they give Judah everything to keep him calm. But you notice if we just rise a little bit, things change. One man can change things. And I like to use the example when Michael Jackson, may he rest in peace, Michael Jackson went to China and he was going to perform at China. But he said, no, your taxes are too high. They changed their tax laws, mind you, for this one man to go to China to perform. Okay? Martin Luther King, one man, mind you, changed a whole a part of his campaign, a part of his what Martin Luther King did, gave us rights partially in this country. Okay, but it wasn't based on salvation through Christ. Okay, I'm not knocking what he did, but I'm just showing examples that our people are more powerful than you think. I'll just give this example. I'm not going to just, I don't really, let's say the, what's his name? American Gangster guy, Lucas. He the hierarchies of the drug war, I mean the drug dealers or whatever, thought that Lucas was a lot of people. He was able to make more money than a whole mafia. One man, mind you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Even through evil, the things that you do shows power. See, the Most High can't. He's bound by His word. He can't just take power from you. Okay, He can't just take power from you. It's just limited. So it's up to you to do the right thing in this realm. All right, man. It's right in our face. I just showed you how Enoch was translated. I just showed you a picture of Michael Jordan, the way he jumped. You got Dwight Howard. You got Blake Griffin. You got Kobe Bryant. These people, man, Dwayne Wade, all these, uh, uh, Vince Carter, LeBron James, the way these guys jump. And I know I don't want to, I'm just naming, basketball players because, our people are very athletic. That's what they call it. But it's based on our foreparents. They used to do this stuff, man. Naphtali, which is the Hawaiians in the book of Jasher, was light-footed. He was real light on his feet. All right, so hey, it is what it is. You can't refute truth. And once you start figuring this stuff out, it's almost a give me now. Okay. All right. Well, this is a quick little video. Hopefully, you all got something out of this. Let me say this too. Back to before I leave it. Superman himself, right? The so-called red eyes, the heat or the red beams that came out of this man's eyes. Where did he get that from? Let me show you. Let's go to Revelation chapter 12. Revelation chapter 1. Where did they get that from, right? Revelation chapter 1, verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. It's talking about Christ. And his eyes were as a flame. And his eyes were as a flame. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. Let me tell you the reason why Christ's eyes is gonna be as a flame of fire when he come back here the second time. He came back here, grace. We have a grace period. We don't have to. There's still certain things that's going on in the means of living here in this realm. We're still under grace because your heart is still beating. Okay. When Christ come back the second time, cremation time. When it says his eyes is like a flame of fire, it's talking about Christ is going to be so angry to the point where his eyes are going to be bloodshot red, and fire represents being very angry. It's almost like a kid, or when you get so mad to the point where you're almost at the verge of tears or crying, like your eyes get bloodshot. That's what's going to happen here. Some people say, well, he used to drink wine. Well, he drank wine, but if you drink wine to the point where your eyes are red, you're a drunk. Because what happens is it raises your pressure. So you're not supposed to drink to the point where your pressure is 150 over 60. I mean 150 over 110 or something. But I'm just saying, based on this example here, yes sir, this man's going to come, Christ's going to come back. He's not going to come back, with grass seeds in his hand, sifting them in the dirt and, watering the flowers. He's not going to come back with a bunch of lollipops for kids or, certain things people be, oh, he's graceful. He's going to come back here and dance on the lilies and do cartwheels and all that. Nah, he's not planting no gardens, none of that. He's going to come back here with straight indignation. He's going to tear down the other nations and our people that don't want to follow him. It's written. It's going to happen. So, like I said, it's a quick little video. Hope you all enjoy the rest of the rest of your Sabbath. I'll be doing this, of course, for the rest of my life. I like to say that as a phrase. I don't know where it comes from, but I'm gonna continue to say it. This is my life, and will be doing this for the rest of it. Shalom.